All right, here we go. We are live with Annie Chess. Today is a special stream. We're going to be live streaming the game. We're going to be talking with a fantastic chess player. We're going to be talking with Chev from the Annie Chess team. Obviously, we're going to get a bit of alpha as well, so it's going to be fun. My name is Kalano. I will be your host for the hour. And while the Annie Chess team is coming on, I'm just going to check with Maxi. And first of all, how are you doing? It's the first time I see your face. I think maybe we had a call together already in the past where no, I think you did have a camera on last time. But yeah, good to know you in a bit more. And I would like to also understand, why are you here? Do you play chess? Tell us about your accolades as well, and why you're a good person to have on this conversation today.
Well, GM to everyone, and again, thank you very much, Kilano, and the whole Unfungible team. Big shout out to Marv for inviting me here. And yeah, stoked to be talking about any chess, about my chess journey, the benefits of chess, and also sharing the stage with you and hopefully Chef soon. Answering your question, yes, we met before. We done a call for sure. Not the first time. So good to see you again. Regarding why I'm here, that's a good question. Yeah, I ask myself that from time to time. But uh, I think the main reason is I got a big passion for the game, and I've been talking a lot about the benefits of chess. And the main reason why um, I teach chess, and for the ones that I know, yeah, my name is Max. I'm originally from Argentina, but I live in the UK. It's going to be 10 years this year. And I'm the head coach of Learn Chess Academy. We are, as far as our knowledge knows, the biggest UK chess academy, like students, yeah, that we teach. There is a lot of big companies that they usually run only tournaments, but regarding who is most of the students, we go around 600 students. Um, we are in more than 22 schools, and yeah, we basically our service is to run chess club services. And the reason why, and this will answer your question regarding before, is I got marked by chess. So I got a funny, quick story to tell. My parents used to take me to a chess club when I was around 8, and I never got it. Yeah, I sat there. I just knew how the pieces move, and that's it. That's all what I knew. They took me to tournaments. I kept losing my games, and of course I done 2 years, and I just quit it. But funny enough, when I was 20, a couple of my friends came to pick me up to go to a pub, and they asked me for a chessboard. And I start laughing, I'm thinking, why do you want a chessboard for? But then they start playing, and in my brain is everything click. It was like having a massive puzzle in front of you that you cannot solve, and all of a sudden the pieces start putting together, and everything started to making sense. I got really deep into the game. I used to spend hours watching YouTube, reading books. So yeah, and then studying chess helped me a lot to reorganize my brain, put it that way. So I was living a very comfortable life at that time, but I find myself that I have no goals or objectives. That's something that you have to put yourself when you play the game. You need to have concrete objectives to follow, either macro plan or micro plan. And then that again made me rethink about what I was doing and why I was doing, and that's uh, how everything kind of kick and start. And that took a lot of that took me in a very very crazy journey that I never in my life thought it was going to happen.
Very, very cool journey, man. Thank you for sharing all that story, man. We appreciate you. So yeah, you know that's basically why we got Max on this space today. He's someone deep in the trenches of the chess world. Sorry. So obviously he was going to be a great guest for today. So we look forward to get all your insights. But it is time to introduce the man of the hour, the man himself, Chev from AnyChess. How are you doing today?
Hello, guys. Sorry about the internet just now. Hey, can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
You're all good. We
Amazing.
got you, man. So we're loud and clear now.
Amazing. Thank you guys for hosting this and amazing setup. I realized just now I was opening too many tabs. I got it, got it, rebooted, and we're all good. So, yeah, brief introduction. Chef here, kind of working with the NHS team. I started playing chess when I was around 6 years old. I think my peak was when I was eight. Uh, got into chess because I tell my parents I want that Harry Potter chess set. I always think that, so it's very interesting. I always think that chess should have some magics to it since the very first day that I want to play chess. Then I got pretty competitive. I compete locally. I think my peak was, yeah, when I was eight, when I was the second in Hong Kong in a U10 chess championship. So that was my that was basically the wrap of my chess competitive chess journey. Then I pivoted into gaming. I played a long time of League of Legends. Never got good. Um, but I also like other games like Hearthstone, Teamfight Tactics. Been a fan of strategy games, and then I also fell in love with poker. I was actually at one time, I think, top 100 in Hong Kong in terms of poker rankings. So always been in love with the game, the financial side of it, the psychological side of it. So, and then I got this, opportunity working with Animoca brands, and there is this Any Chess project, which they feel like I'm kind of the perfect guy to be part of the team. So wow, nice cat, Kilano. But yeah, that's how the story basically begins. So, from my childhood, where um, I really got inspired by the magic chess and wizard chess in Harry Potter, till now, like we have any chess game coming into life. Around 2 years of building, almost 2 years, um, and the game is finally playable. Everyone, free to play, mobile, PC, whatever, and it's also very seamless. You don't really need a wallet to start with. You can just log in with your Gmail, your Facebook. It's made to be very easy for no matter you are from Web 2 or Web 3 people. So yeah, um, was happy to be here today and to share a bit of the journey and then also what we're, envisioning, and hopefully can also play maybe one or two games with you guys.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, I used to play. What's the other game with the just the black and white flat things?
Checkers.
It's fun.
Checkers.
Checkers. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to play checkers a lot when I was a kid, and then I started playing chess maybe when I was, I don't know, 10, 12. My cousin was really big into chess, and me, I was like, yeah, that's too complicated. Checkers is easier. But then I actually learned how to play chess. I remember when he taught me my first like starter move, I was like, oh, I can do this. That's pretty cool. So I'm not as experienced as you two guys, but at least which means I'm probably gonna get whooped. So it's all good. It's all good. But really good introduction, Chef. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you as usual. So you both said interesting things. Before we get into play, sorry, playing some games, I want to kind of ask you a few questions. You both said something about like long-term thinking, planning several moves ahead. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of like what I get from you two playing chess. So maybe I'll start with you, Chev, and Maxi will check with you as well. But what are some of the biggest learnings chess has given you? Because I think we're trying to make chess here a little bit different. So we want to onboard new players to the chess world, not just get chess players. We want to make people play chess and play any chess in general. So I'd love to hear I guess, the pros of playing chess. What has it taught you? Chev, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think to me the point of view it's I think a bit interesting, right? It's probably 50% from chess and 50% from gaming and poker. And that is also what inspires us to make any chess, which is we don't want to be 100% chess, right? Otherwise there's no innovation. So we want to bring in elements of gaming, which includes um, more mechanics, like mana system, uh, you know, uh, how different pieces can move differently, like thinking out of the box. Um, and from the poker angle, a bit of imperfect information. So chess is always, very black and white. You always know what's happening and what's going on the board at every point in time. That basically opens the door for AI to be, engines to basically be the best at the game. But when there is imperfect information or information in asymmetry, where there are hidden informations, right? For example, we use the spell Shot in the Dark to move the knight. Now you don't know where the knight is, and you have to really guess it, and or maybe your opponent is bluffing or trying to intimidate you, but actually he didn't move it at all, right? So that kind of moves and that kind of thinking, I think is the best of both worlds, actually free worlds, chess, gaming, and poker, right? And not to mention the monetary and the financial side of poker, which in the future would also be introduced in any chess, which is the tournament and the arena mode, where basically there's a pain point nowadays with online chess. The biggest chess tournaments um, is only there for the super grandmasters, right? Basically, that's the story. And if you are just a beginner, or if you are just slightly above average, you can't really get onto those tournaments for the big prize pools. But that's not the story for poker, right? For poker, there is like free roll tournaments. There's like 1 cent buy-in, $1 buy-in, $10 buy-in. They're just different levels of tournaments to cater for different people, and you can still be the hero of your tournament and your story. In some cases, the $1 ticket can bring you like $100 ticket, and then you can win, I don't know, maybe $1 million with it. Yeah, a lot of these stories in the poker world. But I do think why it's not possible in the chess world is because there's a lot of cheating going on, because the game is basically cracked. But we believe that at any chess, if the spells are introduced fast enough, and also information asymmetry is big enough, where we're just making it so hard for AI to catch up, um, to basically the logic and the game. So there we can have the good side and the bright side of the financial aspects of poker into chess. So I do think, circling back to the question where, like, what's in it for people, how this game or how chess is attractive, or how beneficial for people, I think one is definitely the strategic point of view, where I I think not just playing games like chess you need strategy, but everyday life you need some strategies, right? Like facing some uh, maybe heated discussion with your colleague. Like sometimes you need to play a little bit of defense, but sometimes for the sake of the company or the sake of your own interest, you need to play some offense, and that is part of life. Two is risk management, right? Like no player can memorize every board unless they're cheating, and nor any player can know exactly what's gonna happen or what the next moves are. There are always surprises, right? So we just need to also be prepared for any circumstances and also manage our own risk. Like sometimes we might be playing some bluffing moves, or you haven't really prepped that line, but you kind of pretend you have, or you play that spell. Basically, you're trying to move an invisible piece, to somewhere that to so as to bluff, but you didn't actually do it. I think that is also part of risk management, right? And when the financial elements kick in as well, a lot of financial management as well, which is super huge in the Web3 space. So yeah, I think a lot of things that um, ties back to life lessons. And I actually want to cue Maxi here because I know he has done some series uh, to talk about chess and life in general. So we'll let you carry on.
Yeah, thank you. That I mean, what you should say, you just totally nailed it, Jeff. There were so many great points that you touched. Something that I would like to add is, as I not only a test chess teacher, as I also run a chess academy, I understand the idea of bringing new people into the game because that's what we want to do. Now, culturally, I cannot talk about globally, but in most countries, I can see a lot here in the UK. Um, there is a misconception about chess. Yeah, and most of the people, that's why people do not play much. No, they think that the game is just boring because basically, aesthetically, the only thing that people see when someone play chess is two people sitting in front of each other, no talking, just not even looking at themselves, just looking at the board. So it's not the same as if you go then to a football match, no, where there is people shouting and there is 11 people running after the ball against another 11 people. So that's what I think that Annie Chessy is absolutely spot on, bringing not only the spells, but also what Chef mentioned, this financial idea. Yeah, because chess, to be earning really good money at chess, you need to be inside the 15-20% top players, which for most of the people that's unachievable. I mean, it's achievable, but it will require a lot of uh, practicing and training and time spent on it. And again, you don't know if you're gonna make it because you already got 20. The people that are at the top, that are animals. Yeah, it's just not just normal GMs. Yeah, and that's what it makes the rest of the people who play chess. If they want to make money out of it, it's about teaching. That's the way. I mean, you get streamers. I mean, I was reading the other day Nakamura saying that he doesn't consider anymore as a as a pro chess player. It's more as a YouTuber. What he says is, I'm making more money selling in YouTube than rather just playing chess, which is again true. And is that adaptability as well, no? So I think that what Chef was mentioning about these tournaments and the possibilities to make small buy-ins and everyone is available. And again, playing normal chess and playing any chess is it's similar and it's completely different in a lot of things. Yeah, it really push you to really take you to think out of the box. It is incredible. Sometimes you think that that's okay, I'm winning, and all of a sudden, boom, you miss something a little detail from your opponent, and all of a sudden you lost. And and then it was something funny that Chef said that he done it against me. He used this spell about making one piece invincible. So for that turn, you don't see if that piece has been moved or is still there. So it was a big bluff, and I thought he was going to move it. He did do it at the end, and then he finished taking my king. But again, it's mixing these elements from different disciplines, as in this case, poker or gaming. Bringing into mixing it together and coming with the NHS idea. I think it is a massive step not only for the gaming sector and but also for chess. It's super super good for chess as well, because I mean the main part as well that I like it the most is some people you can monetize of it. Yeah, maybe you cannot do a fortune, but who knows? You know what I mean? This is crypto in a way. It could be nuts one day.
Yeah, I love how you guys. One thing I always love when I hear chess players is how they talk about the few next moves. As a super newbie player, I think of one, sometimes two moves ahead, and if that happens, I'm already like, whoa. I feel like Super Saiyan going Saiyan level 2 when I plan two moves ahead. You guys are talking about multiple moves here, so I always find that super fascinating. So look, we're already at the half hour mark, basically, right? So I think people want to see some action. You guys said you've already played each other, so maybe we can have some form of grand finale. What is the score against each other? Do you know it?
I think it's Chev 1-0 in any chess, isn't it? Or 1-1? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's a tie.
All
Probably.
right.
I'm not sure if I can see a. I need to take a look if I can see the
Okay, this is
score.
the grand finale then. That is one. The stakes are high, but speaking of stakes, one thing maybe Chev, get a game ready, send the link, and Maxi join. While I'm gonna say one more thing before we get to share the screen. One thing you mentioned here, super important for me. One of the biggest things that Web3 can bring to gaming in general, and I'm not just talking about any chess here, is wagering. So that's what you briefly referred to here with like, price pools and all that stuff. And Chev, feel free to add a little bit more to how you guys are approaching it. But, I think esport is, or money making in gaming is very, very difficult to access unless you are a top player. And, I think something like NHS, which will offer, price pools for individual games, tournaments and all that, really means players can make money even if they're not necessarily like a grandmaster just yet. And I think that's really important because, as you rightfully said, Maxi, we know the players are going to want to go to the YouTube route because they don't need to be a grandmaster to make a living from YouTube. If they are really good, they have a good personality, and they put content like consistently, they will make money on YouTube, whereas they may struggle to make the same money in the real chess world, right? So I think Any Chess here has like a really, really good angle to attack. And Chev, I'd love to hear a bit more about how you guys are thinking about all this while you set up the game.
Yeah. Let me know if I'm lagging, because I think I'm lagging a bit.
We can hear you, we can see you, so I think you're good.
Okay. So I think, again, back to the point around monetization and the fact that we have a 600 million chess players population, but the top tournaments only allow the top 100 or so players. That is just not right. And I think be able to cater for free roll tournaments or small buy-ins and have those like hero or king making stories. Like I don't know whether you guys follow poker. And I think the story of Chris Moneymaker actually causes the whole poker boom. He basically won the WSOP main event, satellite ticket, um, from, actually not sure, but I think lower than below $100. Um, and then he got this 10K ticket to enter the main event, and eventually wins the WSOP main event, which is basically a few millions, right, of US dollars. So I think in chess we kind of need that kind of story, and you can't really do that with ordinary chess because you can never beat a grandmaster in a million years. That's just the fact, right? If I play against Magnus, I will lose every single game. So, but with a small twist, and also with spells that are leveling the playing field, and when there's a game that can cater for different types of players, um, so who don't really want to, you know, pay any pay anything out of pocket, or they just want to grind the game, or they just love to create content for the game, so on. Like different players or different personas of users have their place to be in this ecosystem, right? I think that is the precious thing, and everyone has a chance to monetize from this game, be it the tournament mode, be it the Checkmate Foundation ecosystem. Even if you're just a content creator, everyone can still be monetizing through your time and through your effort spent, and through your value creation. And I think that ties perfectly back to the value, or the ethos of Web3 as well. So yeah, we just yeah, like coming from this poker background, like seeing all these tournaments that I can enroll into every day. While for chess tournaments, you can't really play a good tournament with a lot of eyeballs. Um, that is a bit of a pity, and I think that is a problem to solve. So yeah, that's any chess.
Love to hear the detail, and I can feel your passion when you talk about it as well. So it's extra good. Yeah, very interesting. You know, it's all about attention. If you can generate money in one way or another, you will make more money, and that is exactly what AnyChess can bring. What the democratization of chess and AnyChess, I guess, can do for the space as a whole as well. All right, so let's see if we are ready to see this grand finale. Chev, Maxi, are you guys set up?
Do you want to create it, Chev, or I got my username is just MaxiGG. So if you want to,
I think
I just
Maxi, maybe the best thing would be for you to create the game because Chev
I,
is lagging a little bit. So I think if
okay,
Maxi or
let me.
Maxi can share the screen, maybe it's really the screen sharing I'm thinking about. If you're okay to share your screen, Maxi, I think Chev has a few lags, so I would want the viewers to see everything smoothly.
Okay,
Um,
let me just. He already created the challenge. So
Good. So yeah, you join, and then Maxi share the screen so we can see the game. And what I'm gonna ask for both of you, like obviously you're gonna be able to hear each other, but I would really be keen to each time you take your turn to explain to us what you're doing. And I know it's gonna kind of false the result because the other person is gonna hear it, but why you're doing what you're doing as well. If you're using any skill, anything that is different from traditional chess, I'd love to have live commentary of your thinking, even though that means you will hear each other talking about your moves. But I think it's okay for this game. Does that work for you?
yeah, sure, no problem at all. I
Okay.
will be just giving my strategies, but that would be fun.
All right, cool. So what is this first?
Can you see my screen with no problem? Yeah.
Yeah, it's loading right now to yeah, it's a loading screen.
Okay. Can you see or not yet?
Yeah, we now have the chessboards. We have some information on the
Okay.
sides.
So just to talk a little bit about it, these are the spells that I have, and this on this side is the spells that Chef has. So I chosen Bishop 2.0, which basically allow my bishops to jump over one of my pieces. Um, then I have the house recruit that I can place a pawn between rank number 3 and 6. And then I got shift that allows a pawn, a knight, and a bishop to move horizontally. Um, yeah, here as you can see, this is what Chev was talking. This is my mana, yeah, and then this is the price that each spell cost. So this is 6 mana, this is 4 mana, this is 1 mana, and here in this purple we got the times that we can use that spell. Now I need to be careful versus Chef because he knows the spells more than me, so he's trickier than me.
So you can see you can see both players' spells that you have, right?
Yes, I can see. So I can see.
It's open information. It's not hidden.
No, no, no. Here you can see that Chef has the bishop as well, the house recruit, and he also have one that I do not have yet. That's called Queen Time. Basically allows one of your pieces to move as a queen for one turn,
Got
which
it.
is super handy. Now, strategy-wise, for what we can see, both Chef and me are aiming at the center. This one here is the most important part of the board because you can go king side and queen side very quickly. Um,
So what is your strategy right now? What are you trying? Are you trying to take some important pieces from him? Are you trying
um,
to take anything?
well, not yet. He's just striking the center with this pawn to d4. So I do not want to capture. I'm going to see. Maybe I'm going to take one. And then I'm going to just go back. And he has a better center than me. So he has these two pawns in the middle. He's controlling 4 squares. Usually, what you want to do at the beginning is you want to control some space. So it's not easy for your opponent to deploy the pieces in the best squares. Um, but yeah,
And,
here,
and Chev, let me ask you a question now, Chev, as well. I see you're obviously doing your moves. You know the game better. You know the magic tricks, the spells. When are you looking to use those spells? I know you have. Maxi said the queen time. I think you can only use it once. The house recruit 3 times, and then the bishop 2 times.
Yep.
So, are you trying to use those early in the game, late in the game? What's your approach with those?
This is the exact moment.
he's
So
gonna take my queen,
uh,
isn't he? You
I
can cap.
can use the spell and capture the queen now. Because Maxi just he
I was
didn't
playing
defend the
normal queen.
queen.
Oh, here we go.
So, but before that, I was actually trying to be really safe with this diagonal. So you see this diagonal right here, the bishop diagonal, pointing at my king. So that I need to block it with my center pawn. Uh, but yeah, I still needs to remain very careful because if I move either one of this pawn out of the way, the bishop can hop over and take my king, and that would be game.
Yeah, I
And
was thinking.
explain exactly what you did with the spell. Which so you used the bishop spell, right? Just before that to capture the
Yeah.
queen. All right, tell us exactly
Yes.
what it does, because I think for people who may not know, it was a very fast action here.
Yeah,
So bishop was bis so bishop is moving diagonally, right? In normal chess, bishop can move diagonally, but with the bishop spell, now you can jump over a piece and move diagonally, right? You can ignore
That's why you
one
take the
piece
queen.
in front of you. So just now I just jump over the knight and take the queen. So
Got it.
that was the play.
Super
yeah. I completely
interesting.
forgot that he could capture with. Sorry, I forgot that he could capture. So that's the funny part. See, my brain was not switching in any chess yet. So having the bishop being able to jump over the piece and take the piece what is behind.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty cool because for you it was. And I think that's where the fun part comes to me, right? Who is definitely not on like your level, for example, Maxi in chess. If we were to play regular chess, you would literally beat me 100 times out of 100. Whereas with this, I feel like maybe I can even somehow take advantage of your traditional mindset of playing chess and kind of like throw a spin on you, and you would be like, "Oh shit, I lost my queen. I didn't expect that," you know?
100%. That's the real deal, and it's so difficult sometimes to to switch back, because again the strategies are mixed, and that's sometimes you're thinking about one thing and then you forget that he can use the spells. So it's very important here to have the right mindset, which so far I didn't have it. um and try to figure out strategies, because again sometimes my mind is just set on normal chess strategies when here are completely different.
Yeah.
And
So for example now, so
go
for
for it.
example now, I have 6 mana, right? And the plan here is actually, since the bishop is still pointing at my king, I want to create a new pawn, um, to block the bishop,
um
and to basically clean it out of the diagonal, so to put my king basically out of the trouble.
that
I
was a
love
good
So I
one.
how
use the house
Maxi
retreat spell.
That was a good
Maxi
one.
was like, "Oh,
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. No. As I say, it is a very, very, very difficult thing. It's super, super difficult to switch your mind from one side to the other one, and then with the spells. I mean, his strategy was perfect. I was thinking now I can try to sacrifice maybe something along this diagonal in order to make this bishop uh, attack capture his king. But now it's
Yeah.
now it's a no. I
he
kind
got
of
you."
still I kind of still win on time. Yeah. Now
You
here is
did
when
what
I'm
you
gonna
did.
sorry. Here is when I'm gonna start mixing things, because, for example, a rule in chess is when you are losing on material, as I am right now, you want to avoid trading pieces. That's always gonna be better for the side who is winning. Yeah. So he brought the knight back and tried to attack my knight. So I say to him, I do not want to trade knights, which again it was going to be on Chep's favor. Okay, now do I want to take there or not? Why did you move that? I think I see what you're doing, Chef. But I cannot trust you, man. I cannot trust you. um, but something that I want to say. Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Uh, maybe
You can.
you're running out of spells, Chef. You need to be careful. Okay.
Yeah, let me ask you that because I can see you're both differently using your spells. Chev has been going aggressive, should I say? What I find interesting is just looking from the outside right now. You know, you both have 3 spells, but Maxi, you have a total usage of 5, 10 different rounds where you can use because your third spell shift has 5 charges, whereas his queen time only has 1 charge. So I find it interesting how Chev has less, I guess, actions to use the spells, but has been using them aggressively, whereas you seem to be saving them more. So, Chev, maybe I'm gonna come to you here for a second. Why are you so aggressive? And do you think Maxi is wasting time, or maybe starting his spell activations too late here, and you're gonna destroy him?
Yeah, I think mana is actually playing a big part in this, because the mana capped at 8, and Maxi has been making moves, but not increasing mana. But if I use some spells, I put into my advantage, and then regenerate mana. So that's actually, um, giving me that extra advantage, right? Because every move you play, you gain mana, and don't if you let your mana cap out at 8, you max out at 8, and you don't get extra mana from it. So
Right. Okay.
so
Okay.
that's
So
probably,
every
yeah,
turn you get
my
1 mana
strategy.
point, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
correct.
Okay, so if you're at 8 points out of 8, then you're effectively wasting mana points that you could be using because you're at your maximum level of mana. So that's interesting too. You have to make sure you keep using things if you want to maximize the amount of spells you can use throughout the entire game. Interesting. So I see now, Maxi, you're starting to be a bit active. I've seen you spend 4 points of mana. You're now back to 5 with the next round. Do you think you're a little too late to use your spells because you have another 9 actions you can use in total? Is the game going to last 9 more rounds?
He has 3 minutes on his clock. Something I forgot to mention is here. I'm not sure if you can see here at the buttons. You got the time that it's ticking.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah. So my poor bishop got a little bit ugly over there, but we're gonna do our best. I'm gonna lose that bishop. Something that I learned in a way is that material, it is irrelevant in a way playing any chess. Okay, here I'm going to put my I'm gonna bring
It
my
seems a
king.
lot more trickier than regular chess. You're trying to think in 4D instead of 3D, should I say?
It is. It is. It's a very, very, very funny way of putting chess. Again, I know that he still has some spells. What are you trying to do, Chev? I mean, I can
Chev
kind of
is a
see
silent
what.
assassin. I can tell. He's not telling you a lot about his movements, but then you're always wondering what he's up to. So I see Chev, you're.
Now, yes.
Yeah,
Chev is.
technically sacrificing a rook here. Um,
You cannot jump. You cannot give that your queen. Even if you have a queen, you cannot take my king.
yeah, that's right.
And Maxi, let me ask you as a player, because we've done a few spaces with Chev and I together. So he works at NHS. So I want to ask this to a player, someone like you, who I guess is not going to have any bias, because obviously I know, Chev, you love what you're doing, so you probably have some bias, right? So what I'm trying to ask here is, Maxi, as someone who is in the chess world every day, how do you think this new format is going to be working? Do you see something like, the online gaming obviously is going to be the biggest platform for a game like this, but do you really see, like, the people you are training, for example, do you think they will be looking at NHS and say, like, hey, you know what, this is a fun version, I want to come home and play it in the evening, put some chips on the table, make a bit of money, sometimes lose a bit of money, because that's gaming, that's competition, right? Like, how are you thinking about this long-term online community that's going to form around NHS?
No, it's absolutely great to see what they're building. It's totally amazing. So, and I think that that's one of the main problems that we have with chess is chess is not fun enough, and so people kind of struggle sometimes to. What are you doing, Chef? Oh, I think I lost. Because look what he's going to do. Yeah, now I understand what he's going to do. The reason why he put his knight here is I cannot take it. And basically what he's going to do next turn, he's going to give the queen move to the knight, and wherever my king goes, he's going to be taking my king.
Chev,
So,
can you confirm or deny this allegation?
no,
This
it's
is
true.
basically checkmate. Yeah.
Yes, it is check. I
You see,
forgot.
guys, you're
I'm
seeing all
thinking,
these moves ahead.
yeah, that's the funny part. See, whatever my king goes, if I go to h7, his bishop straight away capture my king, and whatever my king moves, I'm not sure if I have a way here to. To escape? No. I do not have a way. I'm gonna have to resign, chair.
GG.
Yeah, I cannot stop the checkmate. Yeah, that's the funny part. It's that. See, in my mind, I thought yes, he can put the knight there, but nothing happens because I forgot that he can use the spell and then give that queen move to the knight and capture my king because whatever my king goes, is gonna be taken. And yeah, that's the good part. And something that I want to mention about one of the benefits of if people start playing chess and any chess or any kind of chess is the chess give you this ability of foreseeing and planning. So you're not only just maybe going to be making an income just by playing a game, you are also doing something super beneficial for yourself. Um, but I recommend to everyone, and that's what I say to everyone, you should not play chess to say I want to be a chess master, but rather is I play chess because the same way that I take my body to the gym to exercise my muscles, I exercise my brain through chess, and that's what would be at least my last kind of words in a way um, about why not only chess but any chess then as well even better, no, for all the benefits that we talked before.
Now, super cool, and it's good that you got your back whooped live as well, Maxi. So I don't know how your student feel
Chef
about
is
this.
really good. Out of, I mean, Chef is not a chess master, but he's really good at any chess. I mean, he built it, yeah. So he
Yeah,
has to
yeah,
be good at it. So I'm happy to. And something that another really good thing about chess, and this is for everyone, is when you play chess, there is absolutely no luck factor. Luck doesn't exist in chess. It's not like you playing football. You kick the ball up and the ball can go down sideways, yeah, or backwards and forward. In chess, it's only you. So whenever you lose, that it's I lost because I made a mistake and my opponent took advantage of it. So the self
yeah.
accountability bit as well. Yeah, I lost. I'm not a good loser. I hate losing, but at the same time, I know that there are people that are better than me, and that push me to say, okay, I need to try to get better at this. So
No, no, it's great,
hats
really,
off,
really.
hat off to chess, Chef.
Yeah, Chev, how do you feel about your win? Did you see it coming 4 or 5 moves ago?
No, actually, maybe 2 3 moves. But yeah, I think I was a bit more familiar with the spells, and especially when I have Queen Time, but Maxi has Shift, which is significantly weaker as a spell. So but I think in terms of this game, I just played a bit more aggressive and tried to utilize mana and not to waste mana and build up that advantageous position pretty early on and get my king out of trouble as well from some potential danger from the bishop. So, but yeah, it was a really fun game, and we also showcase how basically it's a knight checkmate. Imagine the knight is a king, is a queen. It's a traditional checkmate in this position, but it's a knight plus queen time kind of any chess special checkmate.
Yeah,
So
yeah, no,
yeah,
lovely, lovely
enjoy the
move.
game really much.
And I'm glad we're able to get a full game on video here. So from start to finish, so really really cool. I think that to me, what is really interesting here is Maxi, you're a traditional born and bred chess player. You're teaching chess, and you couldn't be more a regular chess player. And I don't say that with any bad way, right? But what is interesting is to see how you love this new version of chess. You sound so passionate when you talk about it, and like it's good to hear not Chev talking about it this way as well. And I say this with like all the compliment that I mean actually. So yeah, super super cool, cool demo here. So now, Chev, I know we have some tournaments going on right now. Like, what is happening in any chess? If people are just hearing from it from the first time, like, what should they be doing right now? Is there anything specific that is kind of like either a tournament or season going on? Tell us everything.
Yeah, thanks, Kalano. I think currently we are at PvP Alpha. So what that means is players can go to the nhs.com website, playable on mobile, playable on PC, and you can log in with any social account that you have, or if you have a wallet, that's okay as well. Currently, what we have in parallel is season three. So what season three does is the more games you play, the more friends you refer, the more points that you can earn. There's a points leaderboard, but at the same time, there's also a elo rating leaderboard. So one is basically an overall leaderboard, taking into fact that whether you win game or lose game, whether you play game or you don't play. So taking into account where time and effort spent into the NHS game and the ecosystem. Um, the other leaderboard is to really distinguish the best players, right, from the field, right. So there are, like League of Legends, there's like different tiering, starting with I think apprentice. If you reach 1400 elo, you go to guardian, and then if you reach 1600 elo, you move up to sorcerer. So you move up the magic ranking leaderboard, and I think right now the best player is already at 1800 elo, which is super high. Like I have no idea how they did it, but they did it. So some players are getting really good because they are grinding every day on the season 3 leaderboard as well as the elo ranking leaderboard. So in quarter four, so basically these 3 months, before year end, we have a bunch of stuffs that are lining up, right? With one of the biggest uh, activation will be the YGG Philippines Summit. So we'll actually be hosting this NHS finale tournament in the Philippines during the YGG Summit. What's fun before the event is not just a one-off tournament at Philippines, but there's actually online qualifiers happening before that. So basically there will be 2 rounds of online qualifiers that we're co-hosting with YGG, each round consisting of 128 players playing down to the final four. And so 2 rounds total, we have the final eight, and these 8 players will go to the grand finale face to face in Philippines, and they will be fighting for this 10 grand of prize pool. But not only that, they are fighting for this. I think the top 2 players will also be fighting for this NHS 1 year contract to work in the core team as the ambassador, right? So it will be super exciting for chess players and chess lovers, or even just gamers who strive to be the best at any chess, to be fighting for this opportunity to be with the NHS core team, as well as definitely to fight for that 10 grand prize pool as well.
We love we love a good price pool. So yeah, thank you so much for all that, Chev. We are at the end of the hour now, so we're gonna wrap it up. But I just want to say I had a ton of fun watching you guys. Not understanding everything and then getting the breakdowns as well afterwards. So it kind of gave me a bit of education on the game in general. So that was cool. Maxi, thank you so much, for joining, for playing the game, because it was better you than me playing, because Chev would have won even faster. So thank you so much, man. Give us in 30 seconds where can we find you as well? What's the best place to see you on Twitter?
Well, number one, thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you, Jeb, for the amazing game. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, you can find me usually on Twitter, mx.garnero. And then, yeah, I had to be streaming more. Lately, I am between kind of switching jobs in a way, funny enough. So, but I'm going to go back to streams. But yeah, any questions, my DMs are always open. So whatever it comes to chess related, to help, or to even give people some tips about Any chess, even I'm not the best one, and Chev is the best person than me. Yeah, I'm always happy to help.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Chev, closing words are yours. Last 30 seconds. I'll give it back to you.
Thank you. Looking forward to more NHS streams from Maxi. So yeah, maybe you can do somewhat of like an elo challenge to yourself as well. Every player starts from 1200, and like see where you can get to maybe in 1 week. I'm pretty sure if you know study a bit more about the spells, you can definitely beat the guys. So, but yeah, I mean, thank you very much again, Kilano, Kaito, and Maxi for hopping in. Um, it's great to have Maxi here because we have been, doing this weekly chess coaching sessions anyways in the NHS Discord, and Maxi has been, giving these free lessons to our NHS community on classic chess, on positioning, on strategy, on tactics, a lot of good stuff that Maxi is just, giving it out to the community. So hats off to Maxi here, and hope you guys have a great night, have a good morning, wherever you are, and remember to play some NHS every single day.
All right. Well, thank you so much. A very fun hour for NHS community. We do this every week. Next week will be a space instead of a live stream, but it will be at the same time as it was today. So we'll see you next week. Look after yourselves, everyone. Bye bye. Kaito.